What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, speaking my sports talk. All right, check it out, man. Oh boy, Showtime Sports is starting up the madness. Showtime Sports for sure. Absolute madness, too, guys. Right? So I had to talk about this morning. I know we just talked about Tank Davis and Mario Barrios yesterday. Also, for most of the people over here, it shouldn't be no surprise what angle they was going to take this. We talked about it. I mean, everybody over here, we talked about it long before the fight even happened. What angle Floyd and those guys were going to take. With this whole Tank Davis win, it's no surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Let me see what we got up in here this morning. How you guys doing? Joshua, Lil John Toby, first up. Joshua in the building. Salute to you, fellas. What's up? Jed Kyle, my brother. What's good? Good to see you, Jed. He said, damn, I probably don't even want to hear this one. Oh, yeah, man. We got to do it. We got to do it because somebody's got to hear the truth, man. So, here it is, Jed. Everyone else, Joshua, Toby, what's up, fellas? So Showtime. There hasn't been a fighter that held 3 belts in 3 weight divisions simultaneously since Canelo Alvarez and Henry Armstrong. Canelo Alvarez and Henry Armstrong. This is the plateau that they're attempting to put Tank Davis on because of these 2 baby belts he's won. See, the reality is at 135, the belt he won off of Uriurkis Gamboa was a junior belt, right? It's Teofimo Lopez who's the champion at 135. The belt he just won off of Mario Barrios is a junior baby belt. It is Josh Taylor who is the champion at 140. See, when Henry Armstrong was the champion, simultaneously in 3 weight divisions, he was the full recognized champion. And that's something else that plays a key in this Fugazi Tank story. Recognized champion. See, Canelo and Henry Armstrong were recognized champions. Means the other sanctioning body recognized them as that guy, as that champion. Well, I'm sorry, Tank Davis fans, Floyd Mayweather and Showtime, but Tank Davis is not recognized as the champion at 135 or 140. It is Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor. They have the recognized championship belts. They have the right to be called the champions of those divisions, not Tank Davis. And to even put Tank Davis on the plateau of 2 Hall of Famers, because Canelo Alvarez is absolutely a walking Hall of Famer. He will go to the Hall of Fame. Henry Armstrong is an all-time great. When you're an all-time great Hall of Famer, yeah, definitely that if you're an all-time great. This is the plateau that Floyd and Showtime is attempting to put Tank Davis on when even mentioning his name to be in a 3 division champion simultaneously with those 2 guys. Henry Armstrong and Canelo, really? Tank Davis? If I'm not mistaken, Canelo beat Sergey Kovalev, and we're not even going to start talking about who Henry Armstrong beat because all of them, my point was out of the stratosphere of a Mario Barrios. This guy was a contender. He wasn't a champion. He wasn't a Hall of Famer himself. Along the line, Canelo and Henry Armstrong, they were beating other Hall of Fame champions. Not a guy who just came from being a prospect, who's in contendership, who's holding a baby belt, because that's who Tank Davis beat. Not a guy in Uriurkis Gamboa who's all chinny and on his way out the door, who's also in a fight with Tank for a baby belt. See, that's who he beat at 135. No. These guys beat Hall of Fame champions. So, it's just kind of madness, bro. It's madness to me that Showtime would even come with this angle. Trying to put Tank on this plateau. It's absolute madness. It's something that really they shouldn't even compare this, bro. They shouldn't even compare this. They shouldn't even mention Tank in the name of these guys. Let's forget about Henry Armstrong. That's absolutely retarded to even talk about Henry Armstrong. Canelo is not even on the level of a Henry Armstrong yet. But let's just come to this day and age, in this era of boxing. And let's talk about one Canelo Alvarez and Tank Davis. Bro, he shouldn't even be compared to Canelo. You're talking about a guy who's arguably number one in boxing, pound for pound on many, many lists. You're talking about a guy who's about to go undisputed, all 4 full belts. You're talking about a guy outside of Emmanuel Navarrete. You're talking about a guy in Canelo Alvarez, a champion who fights more than any other champion in boxing outside of Emmanuel Navarrete. And then you're talking Tank Davis. Are you kidding me? Just the comparison in this era with him and Canelo Alvarez is absolutely ridiculous. But to throw Henry Armstrong in there? Are they insane, fam? Like, listen. I give Tank Davis credit. I've given him credit yesterday. But I just said yesterday, we cannot overblow what this fight means. And this is what's going on already. They're already overblowing what this fight means, man. They're already overblowing this. They're already putting Tank up on this pedestal as if he is one of the greatest boxers since, in this era. And he's not. Like, look, respect to Tank for his win, but bro, that was Mario Barrios. I just did a video with Regis Program. I had a few choice words for Tank Davis. Told Tank, keep your effing name out keep my effing name out your mouth. Don't even mention my name. Regis gave him respect. He said I give him respect for going up 2 weight classes and beating the champion up there, but he said, you're not on my level. And I have to agree with Regis totally, because Regis lost once to Josh Taylor. And that's who he fought. You understand? He lost once. I can guarantee you Josh Taylor hits harder, boxes better, much faster, more IQ than damn Mario Barrios. And Josh Taylor couldn't stop Regis. Arguably, Regis won that fight. No, I think that the right guy won. I don't think it was a robbery or anything. But it was a close fight. And a lot of people do believe Regis won. They believe he got the raw deal. I don't think so. I think it was a close fight. However, that is the level of competition that Regis Prograis is on. Not a Mario Barrios. Both Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor would absolutely destroy Mario Barrios. And Tank, bro, you went in a tumultuous fight with this guy before you stopped him. Here's another thing. Mario Barrios hurt Tank to the body a couple of times in that fight. Tank killed over one time. Tank backed off another time. He ate. Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor are phenomenal body punches. Hell, Jose Ramirez. Man, Tank not beat any of those guys. And because you come and eat past Mario Barrios, not eat past, because you come in there and you beat up Mario Barrios, still in a tough fight. Man, you have no chance. And that win does not even, listen, if Canelo Alvarez retires today, we all know he's a Hall of Famer. Shoo-in, first ballot, he's going in the Hall of Fame. If Tank Davis retires, no, he's not. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not beaten one Hall of Fame fighter. He's only beaten one legitimate champion in Jose Pedraza. That's it. In his entire career, he's only beaten one legitimate champion, and no Hall of Famers, because I doubt that Jose Pedraza is going to go to the Hall of Fame. I don't think so. So this whole idea about taking this 3-division championship, again, for everybody who's been here, we knew that this was going to be overblown. We knew that this was the angle they was going to take. Hell, I said months ago, guys, Tank's going to knock that dude out. He's going to knock Barrios the hell out. This is another Floyd Mayweather WWE event. This is a show. He called up Vince McMahon and said, hey, how do I pull this off? How do I make them believe that Barrios really has a chance to beat Tank and not be knocked out? And he pulled it off. So people got excited. Well, I don't know. This is a tough fight. Barrios is this. He's a big guy. This, that, and the third. Okay, blah, 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 blah. It was just a ploy, a plot to get their hands on that WBA strap, right? To be elevated, just like the Gamboa, to be elevated. Teofimo vacates, elevation. Josh Taylor vacates, elevation. That's all it was really about, man. It was never really about Tank trying to be great. Tank being compared to Henry Armstrong and Canelo for the love of all things. Like, man, you got to be kidding me, bro. Let me see what you guys talking about. I'm ranting on about this. Say what's good, Joshua, my bruh. Toby Bartlett. Joshua says, Jag Cow, bro, if they are comparing Tank to anyone more accomplished than Zab Judah, they need to be shot. Yeah, there you go. Now you're talking, Joshua. Yeah, I agree too. What's up, bro? Top of the morning to you too. Jess said even Zab was way more accomplished than Tank was undisputed. I mean, look, Zab Judah, in my opinion, would have beat the living hell out of Tank Davis. Nathan, what's up with your brother? Nathan in the building. Jess said this was the disgrace to compare Tank accomplishments to Canelo, let alone Armstrong, which is an abomination. Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's why I say, like, let's leave Armstrong out the picture. Let's leave him, because Canelo don't compare to Armstrong at this point. So let's leave Armstrong out. You come to this era because Canelo is still fighting. He's active, and he's got years to fight. He's only freaking 3 years older than Tank. Believe it or not. That's another reason why it's absolutely ridiculous to compare Tank to Canelo. They're 3 years apart. And look at the difference in what they've done. They're only 3 years apart. Canelo's 30, Tank is 27. Come on, bro. Like, this is ridiculous. These guys are 3 years apart. Yeah, I'm serious, bro. Showtime. You can go see the interview, the article, the foolery. Yes, I'm dead serious. This is what they're doing now. They're talking about his holding his belts at 3, and he's along the line of the Henry Armstrong, the Canelo Alvarez. No one else has done this. The reality is Henry Armstrong and Canelo has done this. Tank Davis hasn't. He hasn't done it. Bro, you have 2 unrecognized belts, period. You've not done what Canelo and Henry Armstrong has done. That's a huge difference right there. It's not even the same. They're brainwashing the casuals with this nonsense. Well, I mean, yeah, and they're promoting. They're doing it to make money, to turn Tank into the star he is. Because here's the reality of it, bro. Like, we already know that the casuals don't understand the things that I'm explaining right now. They don't know. A lot of casuals don't know anything about gold belt, diamond belt, interim belt, regular belt, super belt. All they know is a championship belt. And that's how they're marketing it. They're marketing this whole Tank persona as him being a 3-division champion. This is all the casuals know. They don't really go on to the WBA, WBC, IBF website. They don't look into all of the politics behind it. They just see the guy holding a belt, fighting another guy holding a belt. And if they can push that idea to them, then they can sell it. Viewership, pay-per-views, whatever. They can sell it. This is what they're doing, man. You know, they're selling a facade. Armstrong is a super level ATG. Yes, for sure, bro. For sure. He's one of the top level ATGs. You're exactly right, Jay. I agree. God damn, this is laughable fallacy. The heck is wrong? What the hell is wrong with Showtime? I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure. Fish in the building. They have no integrity. They're grifters and fraudsters. That's simple. Yeah. I mean, you really, you know, it's a slap in the face to Henry Armstrong. It's a slap in the face to Henry Armstrong. And, you know, it's disrespectful. It's highly disrespectful to Canelo Alvarez for all that he's doing in the sport of boxing right now. You know, if Tank Davis was anywhere close to him with that machine that he has behind, if Tank was doing anything comparable to the things Canelo's doing in boxing, with that machine behind Tank, he would probably be neck and neck almost with Canelo as the face of boxing. I got to be honest with you. Canelo rose to the ranks under Oscar de la Hoya and the foolishness that he was doing with Golden Boy. But Canelo rose to those ranks because, number one, he fought Floyd Mayweather, which really helped him out there. Fight Floyd Mayweather, your name is going to be out there because you merely fought Floyd Mayweather, right? So that was number one. But then he fought a lot of other greats, great boxers, Hall of Famers, Shane Mosley, GGG, Kovalev, Daniel J. He fought a lot of great. Tank fought Pedraza and Barrios. So if Tank Davis had actually moved the way Canelo moved and fought valid fights, or at least a lot of big name fights that mattered, not old chinny Gambos. Like, you can talk, you know, what's funny is that a lot of these PBC guys talk about Canelo and they definitely nitpick his entire resume and who he's fought and when he's fought them. And then you go to Tank Davis, and this is the praise they want to give. Well, was Gamboa in his prime when Tank fought him? Was Gamboa in better condition than Kovalev when Tank fought him than Kovalev was when Canelo fought him? No, I think Kovalev was more dangerous at the point that Canelo fought him. See, and that's the thing with Leo Santa Cruz. When Tank won that belt against Leo Santa Cruz, was that equivalent to winning a belt, say, off of Callum Smith? No, it was not. Because Leo Santa Cruz had nothing, absolutely nothing for Tank Davis. Callum Smith had massive height, reach, could box, was considered the number one guy in that division, which is another point it leads me to. The champions that Tank Davis beat in all weight classes, 130, 135, and 140, the quote-unquote champions he beat. Now, we know that Leo Santa Cruz was pretty much given that belt because he was able to beat Miguel Flores, which Floyd Mayweather set up. Who the hell was Miguel Flores? But okay, Leo Santa Cruz got his 4th division title by being set up to fight Miguel Flores for that belt. And then so Leo Santa Cruz was the champion at 130. And at the time, you had Shakur Stevenson, Jamel Herring, and Oscar Valdez. Now, when we rank Leo Santa Cruz, at the time it was Miguel Berchelt. So when we rank Leo Santa Cruz amongst Shakur Stevenson, Miguel Berchelt, and Jamel Herring, where does he rank above the champions? He ranks at the bottom because all of those guys would have been ranked over Leo Santa Cruz. Now let's move to 135 when he fought Yuriorkis Gamboa as the regular champion. Well, where was Yuriorkis Gamboa ranked? As far as the 135 division. And Mario Barrios, where is he ranked? Or was he ranked before, this weekend? At the 140 division. See, all of these champions that Tank beat, they wasn't even ranked in the top 5. They were literally champions that weren't ranked in the top 5. Am I lying? Kovalev, I believe, was ranked in the top 5. Everybody Henry Armstrong beat was probably ranked in the top 3. Like, come on, bro. But Tank Davis, all of these so-called champions he beat were not even ranked in the top 5. 2 of them weren't even real recognized champions. How could they? This is a disgrace to boxing because they're not even the recognized champions, which Tank is not the recognized champion at 35 or 40. Right now, even though he's holding those belts, he's not. That's Taylor, Josh Taylor, and Teofimo Lopez. Those are the 2 recognized champions. Nothing really, bro. He just been working. He just took off from YouTube, the day and day. It's a lot of time spent on this. That's why I took off for a month after that long ass live. But he's cool and everything, bro. He's all right. He's been gone for a while. I mean, he's working, taking care of the family, man, handling business. You know what I mean? But shout out to him, Bias. I miss that dude too, bro. Yeah. I miss him, Actor. Exactly, Fish. Complete scammers, yeah. DJ, if I compare Tank to Zab Judah at best, and even that is a stretch. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel you, Toby. Joshua. I feel you, fam. Well, thank you, Joshua Little. Fish said, yep, he's a political celebrity fighter at this point. Nothing more. Yeah, basically. I agree. Henry Armstrong, I just got back. I missed a bit. That's madness. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I had Taylor winning, but Prograis versus Taylor was super competitive, extremely competitive. I agree totally. Floyd said he was robbing the bank with Logan Paul. He's trying to rob the bank with Tank too, just in it for the money. I don't think he's robbing the bank with Tank. Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul was abysmal. Tank Davis, Tank Davis versus Mario Barrios, like, look, what did Logan Paul have to offer Floyd Mayweather? Nothing. But you can see from the fight that Mario Barrios had a lot to offer Tank. So I won't even go that far with it, bro. I think that is not more competitive than Logan Paul. Floyd truly robbed the bank with that Logan Paul nonsense. Tank Davis Barrios, this is a good fight. Barrios actually had a chance to beat Tank. Listen, if Tank doesn't get that knockout, look, guys, he got it in the 11th rounds. It was one round and some change left. Under 6 minutes. So he had 6 minutes to get the job done. He could have lost that in a split majority decision. He could have lost that. Floyd ain't never had a chance to lose against Logan. He was never going to lose against Logan. You understand where I'm coming from, Toby? So he totally robbed the bank blind with Logan Paul, but with Tank, it's more work. Even Floyd has to put more work into producing these crazy narratives, these crazy comparisons with Henry Armstrong and Canelo. He has to put these type of ideas out there. You don't have to put all of that out there for Logan Paul. Everybody with any sense in there knew Floyd was going to beat Logan Paul, right? There were people that actually believed Tank could lose to Barrios. Now, you guys know I wasn't one of them. I was saying, just like the Leo Santa Cruz fight, it's another show. Floyd knows Tank is going to stop him. I said, I don't care how good Barrios look. You guys remember. So I don't care how good Barrios look, how competitive it. Inevitably, Tank will stop him. You know, inevitably. And that's what happened, because this is a guy, you know, guys, I was saying this prior to the fight. Mario Barrios, just go look at the fight. Let me check last night, this weekend. Let me check this weekend right quick too. Why make this point? Because I made this point before the fight, and a few videos and live it was on, and which is why it led me to the fact that Tank was going to knock this kid out. He was going to knock him out. Right, exactly. Okay, so check this out, guys. Check this out. Mario Barrios averages 140 pounds at 140. Comes in the ring at 140 pounds. Comes in the ring, guys. So everybody was talking about how much bigger Barrios is and then Tank, and that just simply wasn't the case. He comes into the fight averaging 140 pounds. Right on weight. Right on weight. No putting on extra water or any of that. He's coming in the fight right on weight, which means he's not this huge 140 pounder. He was only tall. This guy started off at junior lightweight, man. That's where Barrios started from. He's moved up to 140. So this is not a guy like a Zepeda, Baranchik, Hooker, Ramirez, Rugaru, Josh Taylor. This is not one of these fighters. This is a smaller guy who just came in the contendership. That's what Barrios was. And this is what I don't think that a lot of people realize in this Tank Davis situation. You know, and again, shout out to Tank, bro, for going up 2 weight classes. I think that there's somewhat of a imbalance here with the fans in this whole Tank Davis situation. A lot of fans are bashing him too much. So they're not giving him any credit, you know, for this fight. Saying Barrios was a cherry pick, Tank struggled with a cherry pick, and blah, blah, blah. So they don't want to give Tank any credit. And then you have the writers and fans like Showtime that's overblowing what is it. We got to come to a medium ground. So I don't want to dump on Tank because Showtime is being ridiculous with this comparison, right? No, we're going to dump on Showtime for making the stupid, absolutely stupid comparison. But when it comes to Tank Davis, I'm not going to dump on him as far as his win. And he has to get, come on, man, we got to give Tank credit for this. Like, that's the thing. I think that because Floyd is putting on this facade about Tank, you know, they creating this show, Showtime overblowing the victory, his fans out there yakking on about him beating Josh Taylor and everyone else. The wrong ideas are coming here. And we got to come to some type of medium ground here to be reasonable about boxing. He deserves credit, bro. I got to be honest. He deserves credit for this. We can't take it, but so far, though, that's the problem. And right now, while we're talking about it on this live, because the idea of what Showtime is pushing, that's taking it too far. I think that is equally as ridiculous as saying Tank gets no credit for this fight. They're both ridiculous. So they're both ridiculous ideas. Over here on in this community, let's keep a sound mind about this, because it's just as ridiculous to say that Tank gets no credit for jumping 2 weight classes and beating Barrios as it is to make this ridiculous comparison. It's both ridiculous. Let's bring him down some, and let's not kick him down so much and bring him up some. And let's come to a medium and say Tank Davis gets credit for this fight, but we're not going to overblow it. And I think that that's where we are now. Carlos Mendoza, what's good with you, brother? He said Floyd ain't marketing Tank. as Pretty Boy Floyd's marketing tank as the next money made. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, no one is the Pretty Boy Floyd. Not Shakur, not Devin Haney, not Teofimo Lopez. None of these guys are doing. The closest would be Teofimo Lopez. He would be the closest. While everybody's talking about Shakur and Devin and these guys, and they're talking about them more of their boxing acumen. But Pretty Boy Floyd and the level of competition he was facing, the closest would be Teofimo Lopez. It wouldn't be any of these guys. Stylistically, it would probably be Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, stylistically, but accomplishments and level of competition, they're not even close to Money May. Even Teofimo's not even close to Money May. I mean, Pretty Boy Floyd. Well, Tank Davis is not in the stratosphere. Pedraza Barrios. That's it. Who else is Tank fought? Somebody give it to me. Pedraza Barrios. That's it. Barrios, Pedraza. That's it. 2 names. 27 years old. 2 names. That's it. So, now, yeah. He's marketing him as Money May for sure, without the Pretty Boy Floyd work. Floyd's using his name and his work to push Tank. I think they're waiting for Lopez Taylor to move up and wait, and they'll be elevated to full. Yeah, Jed, I said this a long time ago, fam. Yes, I was just saying that earlier. Hell yeah. I laid that out before the fight, fam. Actually, before the Leo Santa Cruz fight, Jed, it was the same thing. Got that belt from Gamboa so that when Teofimo moves up, he'll be elevated. So he just pulled off the same trick with Mario Barrios. And now, if that happens, if it goes smoothly, then Tank will be 3 division champions simultaneous like these guys. However, it still would be way different because they would have beaten the opponents to get those belts. They would have beaten those champions to get those belts, where as Tank, he has the one at 130, but he beat guys to get a regular title and would have been elevated. He wouldn't have beaten the recognized champion. And so it still wouldn't be a comparison, but that's where we are on that. You know what I mean? Said, don't get me wrong, I'm a Tank fan, but somebody needs country. That's what. Yeah, man. Fish says gotta be the only major sport with just karma as a guardian for the. No, sir. Not in America. All our sports are screwed like this. Boxing, basketball, football, please. Man, let me tell you something. Fisher, of course, you don't really watch American football, but you think the politics is crazy in boxing. They do basketball as well. No, it gets really wild in the other sports. And they're definitely major sports, especially concerning revenue, because they're like, one of the biggest sports around the world with a mere pittance of the competitors. It works as well. The Barry Washington, I was arguing a year or two, my teenage brother and his friends, and they were saying Wilder is even with Ali. Yeah, I know. Mike Tyson. Now, talk about global figures in boxing. Of course, we know Ali was the biggest global figure in athletics, in my opinion, period. All athletes, soccer, boxing, whatever, which is something he used to say about when you talk about soccer. But even still, there isn't another athlete that was more impactful worldwide, influential worldwide, loved and cherished and praised and celebrated worldwide than Ali. There wasn't. But when you look at boxing, the number 2 guy in boxing, as far as popularity worldwide, Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson said himself, he was like, with all due respect, man, it was whose show he was on? It was one of those late night talk shows like Jay Leno or Johnny Carson or something. This was back in the day. Mike Tyson. It was Arsenio Hall. That's what it was. It was an Arsenio Hall show. And Arsenio Hall had Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Ali on the show. All right, you guys can probably find it on YouTube or something. Y'all go check it out. So it's Mike Tyson, Ali, and Sugar Ray Leonard on the Arsenio Hall show. And Arsenio Hall, I think it was Arsenio. But anyway, Arsenio Hall asked the question that everybody wanted to know. Who was the best? Who was the greatest between Ali and Tyson? And Muhammad Ali said, I'm going to move. I'm fast. I'm going to box. He was like, but if he hit me, and Ali just kind of laid back. And, the crowd started laughing. So then they went to Tyson. And Tyson was like, I'm conceited. He was like, basically, I have ego. I'm full of myself. He was like, but to be honest, with all due respect, when it comes to this game here, he said, undeniably, no question. He went on. He said a whole lot of different adjectives. This man is the greatest of all time. That's what Mike Tyson said about Ali. Himself, he said that. This man is the greatest of all time, hands down. Okay. Where the hell did we get off talking to Deontay Wilder? Like, these people are gone, bro. And that's why I'm saying they're so casual, they don't even get it. Deontay Wilder, he's not even known in a tenth of the world. Not the whole world, not everywhere, every country you go to. Boom, Ali, boom, my head. Ali, Ali, Ali. Everywhere, all the countries. Ali, Ali. Wilder is not even known all over this country. Just America. Man, people didn't even know about boxing back with Ali. They knew Muhammad Ali. Oh, yeah, he's the heavyweight champion. Everybody knew Muhammad Ali. It's people in this country that don't even know who Deontay Wilder is. The mere comparison, the comparisons these fans make, this just makes no sense, bro. This is ridiculous. G-Man boxing. What's good with you, brother? But the whole Tank, 3-division champion, and start with this Canelo Alvarez and Henry Armstrong, man. It's a disgrace. It's a smack in the face, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, well, because Showtime, you idiots. Yeah, basically, Joshua, you idiots. Because, the writer was an idiot, the editor was an idiot, and the printing guy was idiots. Because at some point, one of them should have said, wait, we shouldn't put this out. Somebody should have stopped it. So they are idiots. Showtime, you idiots. Oh, boy, I swear. I don't think no one dumping on Tank, just Floyd. Iceman, you ain't okay. Iceman, I'm gonna just tell you this. And Nuke is my brother. Love him to death. Go listen to IBFP Raw. And I think he had 395 people watching during this live, Iceman. And if you go to the chat in the live, when you go watch the live, don't fucking sit here and tell me no one dumping on Tank. You must be out of your mind. IBFP had like 395 people watching. He was dumping on Tank. And they was all cheering and agreeing. Bro, you must have lost your mind if you don't think nobody dumping on Tank. A lot of people dumping on Tank. And Floyd, but both are warranted. Shadow Boxing, what's good? Brian in the building, what's good? Brian Hawkins, Shadow Boxing, LT, mi hermano, good morning. Good morning to you, LT. Good to see you, brother. Tone in the building, what's good, Tone? He said it's only Showtime who are going overboard with the outright lies and narratives. Because right now, Tone, right now, and if you're talking about major entities, you just give it some time. You think Fox is not going to overblow this? Fox Sports 1 and the shows on that? Then what about all of the social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube and these jagaloons around the YTBC? Man, give it some time. I don't think it's going to be only Showtime. You lost if that's what you think, Tom. No. A lot of people are going to overblow this. Remember, I said this, Tone, before it got here. So we should expect a lot of this. All of us, we should expect this. You know, I told you they were going to do this. You know, Shadow says, I don't know. The media darling teams are almost out of the playoffs. Yeah. Yeah, they are. They are. The biggest one's gone. The Lakers. Chain with Ice, what's good, brother? Yeah, the Arsenio Hall. Yeah, that was the Arsenio. Yeah. Yeah, man, for sure. Michael's all over the world, for sure, Iceman. Said DJ, if I thought Lennox was more popular than Tyson. Man, you out your mind, bro. You have lost your everlasting mind. Lennox Lewis was not more popular than Tyson. Not even close, fam. No way. He wasn't a worldwide figure, bro. It was people around the world that didn't know Lennox Lewis. Damn near everybody knew Mike Tyson, and everyone knew Ali. So, no, Tyson is second, bro. I don't think anybody had this platform. Tyson is like right there with Michael Jordan. Lennox Lewis ain't right there with Michael Jordan. Think about that, Joshua. Tyson and Michael Jordan are like running close as far as worldwide aura and popularity. Both of them are under Ali. You know, Jordan maybe is slightly over Tyson, maybe, but that's the levels that Tyson was on, Michael Jordan level. Lennox Lewis wasn't on that level. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people knew Lennox, and Lennox was a beast for sure, but he wasn't on that level. He wasn't. The UK didn't have the media presence to push him out there. USA is has a powerful media presence, worldwide media presence. And have for a long time, so I don't think Lennox was more popular. I agree, D. Tyson and Ali, the two biggest global icons in boxing history. Yeah, for sure, bro. Fucking Wilder. Man, you gotta be kidding. Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, they did. I remember. Yeah, it was, man. Mike, and Mike. Remember that, Iceman? Mike, and Mike. Yeah. Yeah, the three Mikes. Which boxers still have more honorable fighters? Well, we got a lot of honorable fighters. The problem is the media just pushes the guys that aren't. I mean, you know, what about Nonito Donaire and the things he's doing right now? Chocolatito and Juan Francisco Estrada and the things they're doing. You know, look at young Virgil Ortiz and the way he's moving through and doing his thing. You know, and these are not, they rather push Tank in front of the media and Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. See, these are the guys that's in front of the media shadow boxing, but we have the guys that are doing good. Look how they dumped on Lomachenko. He takes one loss to freaking Teofimo after all of the things, and they just dump on him, you know? So the guys that are honorable doing the things that, look at Crawford. He's not even a star. Look at Terrence Crawford shadow boxing. Of course, here recently, Terrence Crawford has been on some foolery, but Chad Ross, what's good? Iceman, don't tell me I'm out of my mind. You're out of your mind. I don't know. You out of your mind, Iceman. Whatever I just told you out of your mind about, you must be out of your mind. If Tank fans are happy to support him, knowing that he will not put in I guess, because that's what they're doing. They definitely. Willie Williams with the super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Top of the morning. I'm dumping on Tank. There you go. Yes, a lot of people dumping on Tank. Willie said, I'm dumping on Tank. You ain't alone, Willie. You're not alone, brother. Oh, boy. That's great stuff. Appreciate you, Willie. Says it's a shame because Tank is a great loser. I think he's a good fighter. I think so, too. That's something else that I've said before, Tone. And I agree with you there. And that's why I said we have to have a balance, too, Tone. In this whole situation. We can't overblow the win, but we can't kick him and act like the win meant nothing. You know, and I hear people doing that too. It is a balance there. It is a balance there. I think he's a good fighter myself. The way Tank looked against Barrios makes me think he would have beaten. Yeah, I know you're joking. Sugar Ray Robinson. I guess that's what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. This whole Tank Davis thing, they need to just slow it down. Joshua says, D, would you watch Tank versus Broner at 140? Yeah, sure. Sure. Be pretty interesting. I don't think man, that fight there, man. That fight there is interesting. Tank ain't knocking Broner out. So say what you want. The dude's not knocking Broner out. McDonough didn't knock Broner out. So Tank's not going to knock Broner out. It would be an interesting fight. And I definitely will watch it. Would I pay for it? No. Because you know that they will put it on pay-per-view. Broner's a pay-per-view guy. And Tank's a pay-per-view guy. PBC's a pay-per-view company. So you know the fight will go on pay-per-view. Hell, they put Andy Ruiz on pay-per-view against Chris Arreola. So you know it goes on pay-per-view. So I would not buy that fight. But, yeah, I would watch it. Sure, I would. Iceman. Oh, boy. Joshua, I bet AB says, I beat that boy. Everybody saw I beat that. Yeah. You know, I would like to see Regis Prograis fight Adrian Broner more than Tank, you know. I have interest in Broner because Broner's hard to stop. And, he's got some moves. He can offer Regis some difficulty. Regis, I got to beat him. But I would much rather see Regis fight Broner at 140 than Tank to fight him. But I think that Tank versus Regis Prograis, not interested. Tank versus Broner is interesting. Some interest there. Shadow. This weekend, Vasyl Lomachenko, terrific performance, bro. I think he had an outstanding performance. Sandoval, Jay Harris, Scandoval, if you guys didn't see that, that was an excellent performance too. It was an upset as well. Sandoval and but yeah, by far for me, Tone, the fight this weekend was definitely Vasyl Lomachenko over Masaoshi Nakatani. I picked Lomachenko to win by decision. And I also said that stylistically he was a bad matchup for Masaoshi Nakatani. But Masaoshi Nakatani punch resistance is gone, man. That's the thing. Well, when he fought Teofimo Lopez when he first came from Japan, and I knew the kid was going to be a problem for Teofimo Lopez. I was telling a lot of people, I was like, man, this guy's going to be a tough fight. I was like, Teo's going to run through him, blah, 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 because they didn't know anything about Masaoshi Nakatani. But I was telling fans that, no, it's going to be a pretty tough fight for Teo. He'll win. And I thought Teo would stop him, but I knew it was going because Nakatani was a tough guy. But that fight with Teo, and we have to remember Nakatani is 31 years old, so he's no spring chicken. But that fight that he had with Teofimo is when his punch resistance started to go down. It's just like this, guys. Every guy that's tough, that chin eventually gets cracked. I think, his chin got fractured in the fight with Teofimo Lopez. He was out for weeks after that fight. Had swelling on the brain, hemorrhaging, couldn't fight. Couldn't box. He retired after that fight. He was out of the game for 17 months. Then he comes back, 17-month layoff, after being in the hospital for weeks after the Teofimo fight. He gets dropped twice by Felix Verdejo. Chin cracked at that point. It was fractured until fight, cracked in the Felix Verdejo fight. And then you get to a guy like Lomachenko, his punch resistance is gone. And Nakatani is long, but he's not the greatest boxer. So he has length and all of that. But again, he's not the greatest boxer there. So when that resistance goes, and I think he should just pretty much be back on his way to retirement. Devin, I believe, will beat him. Ryan, I think, will stop him. Tank, I believe, would probably stop him. Tank proved he could get in there with a taller guy. Tio, they fought again in a rematch, would stop him. Because he's not as durable and as tough as that first time he fought Tio. I heard someone the other day, Lomachenko stopped him, and Tio, come on, man. The dude's wearing down. And Lomachenko didn't fight Nakatani prior to, if Lomachenko could come out and say, my shoulder hurt, then Nakatani was in the hospital for weeks and retired, fam. So at least give him that. His punch resistance is gone. Even if his punch resistance was there, Lomachenko still would have beaten him. He probably wouldn't have stopped him, but he was still beating him. But his punch resistance is gone. The reason I picked a decision by Lomachenko, because Nakatani's tough. It's tough as hell. You see all of the shots that he took from Teofimo, he didn't even hit the canvas. You see that he got dropped by Felix Verdejo twice, and he still stopped Felix Verdejo. So I thought that Nakatani was going to be tough enough to withstand Loma's attack. Problem is, Loma hit him way too many times, to the body, to the head. I mean, he broke him down, bro. Beautiful, beautiful performance by Vasyl Lomachenko. And he put him away, but Nakatani's, his punch resistance is out of there, bro. Even Blue Blood admitted Pacquiao won by the hardest, but he admitted, Blue Blood. Pacquiao won what? The Mayweather fight? Loma made a statement versus Nakatani. He did. I mean, he made a statement to some people, Joshua. He didn't make a statement to me, right? No statement made when what I expect to happen happens. I'm not making a statement to me. I expected it. Remember, Joshua, I consistently said Lomachenko is the number 2 fighter and still the best boxer at 135. I've been saying that the whole time. So what he did for me was validate what I've been saying about him. He validated it. And people were dumping on him because he lost to Teofimo. That's what happened. People started dumping on Lomachenko. But I'm glad he beat the hell out of Nakatani like that, because that gives even more validity to Teofimo Lopez, because he beat Lomachenko. People could cry about the shoulder. Lomachenko didn't do nothing the first 6 rounds of the fight. Whatever, man. Whatever. It doesn't matter, because Teofimo Lopez in the rematch is gonna knock Lomachenko the fuck out. 7th round. Back to that prediction. Lomachenko crying after the fight. My shoulder hurt. My shoulder hurt. Come on, man. No. He got beat. Fish said, hoping WBC gonna order the mandatory as well, but not holding my breath. Yeah, right. Suleiman ain't getting in the way of no money. Fish, more money with Lomachenko, Teofimo. Suleiman ain't getting in the way. I could see AB on Triller in the future. The music, boxing. Yeah, couple of years. He got a couple of years to cash in on that. I would if I was him. Top 5 chins in modern boxing. Canelo, GGG, Errol Spence, Naoya Inoue, and Cerbriel Mateus. That's mine. What do you think about that, Shadow? Dillian White will be looking to make a statement versus Mark. Who cares? Dillian White better win that fight. And he better win it convincingly. That's all I say. Ox still in the building. What's good with you, big Ox? You came in at the ass end of it, Ox. You already shut it down in a little bit. I'm glad to see you, though. Good to see you, Ox. Good to see you, fam. Toby said Charles Martin, AJ is must be running short right now. That AJ money. Charles Martin need to do something with himself. He should have fought Wilder. Ox says Nakatani is leftovers. Loma's not back. He was supposed to win. Loma's face was the actual threat against. Yeah, well, see, Ox, that's what I'm saying now. I can agree with you, what you're saying, Ox. Okay, so Ox still says Nakatani is leftovers. Okay, basically tail leftovers. All right. Loma's not back. He was supposed to win. Loma won't face an actual threat again unless it's for a belt. Look, I have no quarrels with this comment because this is what I was saying. I expected Loma to win, and I expected him to win in impressive fashion. And when I say Loma's not back, yeah, I agree. Where the hell is he back from? Because the whole time I've been saying, well, he's still clearly the second best guy. I had him over Tank. I've been had him over Ryan. I've been had him over Devin Haney. All of these guys. The only person I didn't have him over was Teofimo. So where is he back from? He was never gone anywhere. So, Ox, I'm with you on that, bro. He's fighting the guy who's already beaten by the guy who beat him, Teofimo. He's leftovers from that. And like I was just talking about, his punch resistance is gone. So he's not back. Yeah, that's true. He's not back. He never went anywhere. He's the Loma that he's been, and he was supposed to beat Nakatani. Touche, Ox. I concur, my friend. Pacquiao versus Adrian Broner. You fall behind the chat. We sound crazy. Pacquiao versus Broner? Yeah, that's the fight that Broner said, y'all know I beat that boy. He said, great takeover kind of fight depending on Martin's improvements. White smokes him nicely, in my opinion. Yeah, I think White beats him up pretty good. You don't make a statement against a broken fighter. That was no statement. Loma's getting stopped. You talking about Tio? Hey, Ox, look. Let me tell you something, Ox. The first fight, that was my prediction. I was like, Teofimo Lopez is gonna knock Lomachenko the fuck out 7th round. I kept saying that the whole months and months before the fight. Then Loma gets in there and practices social distancing for the first 6 rounds. Of course, my prediction is gonna be wrong. He didn't engage for the first 6 rounds, which means if Teofimo did end up knocking him out in the 7th round, that would have almost essentially been like a first round knockout because it would have been the first round that Loma did anything. So going into this next fight, I have the same prediction because if Loma comes out active like he was against Nakatani, and I believe that's the plan, he knows he can't give up the first 6 rounds. He's going to come in and engage in the earlier rounds. He's going to get caught and get his clock clean, and he's going to get stopped. So once again, Ox, touche, brother. I agree with you. He's getting stopped, fam. He's going to get stopped. But the statement part, Ox, I say he made a statement to a lot of fans because if people think that a guy is going to beat you, and there were fans that thought Nakatani was going to beat Lomachenko, and you beat him comprehensively like that, then yeah, you made a statement. So I say he made a statement, but not as much of a statement as they blowing it up to be because he was supposed to win. He was supposed to win. H Money in the building. What's good with you, H? Appreciate you sliding through. He He said Loma was unwilling to entertain any type of rematch had he won. Right. He honestly doesn't deserve. Hey, that's a good point, Ox. That's a good point. I think we should talk about this later on the live later. That's a hell of a point at 1:30. I think I will talk about that. And I spoke on that early because of his arrogance. He felt he didn't need a rematch. He was going to send Teofimo in the corner crying to Junior Lopez. This is what he said. I'm 100%. My full skill will be on display. And then he goes out there and don't do anything for the first 6 rounds. Lose the fight. Cry about my shoulder hurt. You know, turn down the rematch clause. And now all of a sudden, yeah, you got a good point. Oxen here bringing that heat. Dropping them Scud missiles. Ox dropping them Scud missiles. Man, Loma looked good, strong, rust-free. I'm looking forward to the possible rematch with Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, I want to see the fight, bro. I definitely want to see the fight. Joe Joyce got a great chin as well. Yeah, he does. But Joe Joyce has been hurt, put down, and so those guys that I mentioned ain't been put down, bro. They haven't tasted the canvas. So, yeah. Ever. Like Canelo, GGG, Anui, Mikey Garcia. Yeah, Mikey has a pretty good chin, but Mikey he's been put down on the canvas too. But Danny Garcia, yeah, that's a good list. That's a hell of a list. Four of the 5. But, bro, come on, Shadowboxer. You a Spence hater, too, bro. You're an Errol Spence hater. You going to put Mikey Garcia's chin over Errol Spence? Come on, bro. I see right now, why you hate on Errol Spence like that, bro? How you going to put Mikey Garcia's chin over Errol Spence? I don't know about that one, Shadow. I don't know about that one, dog. H Money, we need to do a live, bro. I need you to get Bill. I want you and Bill. H, you tell Bill I said it, brother. I want you and Bill to come have a sit down with D Jeff, or I'll come on your channel. Come have a sit down. You guys got a gang of guys over there that's going to want to attack old D Jeff, but you know I'm good with all of that. But we need to have a sit down and a talk, bro, because it's going to be some back and forth about this Teofimo, Bob Arum foolishness, H Money. I am getting ready to put out a video today, H Money. And you and Bill probably going to want to have a talk about that video, my friend. Because here's the reality of it. It's 2 people to blame for Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko getting into this rematch. 2 people to blame for that, H Money. And those 2 people are Bob Arum and your boy, Bill Haney. That's the video that I'm coming out with today. Here's the thumbnail for that video, H Money. I'll give you a preview. Gonna drop it today, bro. So you and Bill and I, H, there you go. That's the preview. That's the thumbnail for the video. Damn. Lomachenko next. Look, H, set it up. Tell Bill I want to talk to you guys, both of you, about this. Because it's Bill Haney's fault and Bob Arum. They both share the fault of Lomachenko being next and Devin Haney not getting the fight. So I don't know what narrative Bill's going to come up with or what he's going to push out there, and I'm pretty sure you're going to back him on it. We need to talk about this one, H. We need to talk about this because, here's the thing. Okay, love. Because here's the thing. H Money, you was over there. I want to see Lomachenko Teofimo versus Devin Haney next. I would rather see that much more than Lomachenko and Teofimo. I would rather see Haney and Teofimo much more So I think that we all agree there. You, Bill, and I all agree with that. That's the fight that the three of us want more. Okay. However, it's Bill Haney's fault. It's Bill Haney's fault that Lomachenko is next and not Teofimo, because Bill and Devin Haney had the opportunity to take Lomachenko out of the equation, and they did not. Period, fam. So I don't know what narrative Bill is thinking about concocting about this whole Devin Haney situation. But Bill Haney and Devin Haney had every opportunity to take Lomachenko out of the equation, and they refused. They decided to go the Linares route. Had they gone the Devin Haney Lomachenko route, Devin Haney beats Lomachenko. He takes him out of the equation, but he didn't do it. So Bill's getting the blame. So I don't know what he gonna come out, oh, Teofimo, and now look at Lopez Sr. come up there, he running from us. No, you messed that up, Bill. That's what happened. You messed that up. You should have, instead of, after the Javier Fortuna fell apart and Ryan Garcia backdoored you, ducked Devin Haney and went to sign with his other mandatory, Devin Haney and Lomachenko was jaw-jacking on social media. Bob Arum even came out and said, this is a fight that could happen. What did Bill say? He ran around. He ran around on different channels saying it. He was on Nest talking about it. He was on your channel, H Money, talking about it. No, Bob Arum said, we going to fight Linares, so we going to go ahead and take Linares because Linares. This is what Bill was saying. Bob Arum said. Well, Bob Arum just snaked your ass, Bill Haney. He snaked you because, yes, Bob Arum did say that. And we know that it's Bob Arum that makes the fights, not Lopez Sr., not Teofimo. It's Bob Arum that makes the fights. Bob Arum told you, yeah, we'll entertain Devin Haney Lomachenko, but you decided to go Linares because Bob Arum also told you if you beat Linares, that'll be enough to say, okay, you deserve the Teo fight and you can get the Teo fight, and now he's not giving it to you. So if you wouldn't have listened to Bob Arum, Bill Haney, if you would have done what needed to be done and fight Lomachenko, who was a much more valid opponent than freaking Jorge Linares, much more valid opponent than Jorge Linares, you would have not only beaten Lomachenko, you would have taken him out the picture because he wouldn't be a factor right now. But you did not do that, Bill Haney. So blame yourself. Don't go running, talking, ducking and all of that. Don't go creating these narratives. Blame yourself for not stepping up to the plate, fighting Lomachenko and removing him from the possibility. Because if Devin Haney would have beaten Lomachenko instead of messing around with Jorge Linares, Bob Arum wouldn't have had no leg to stand on. The fight for Teofimo Lopez wouldn't even have been a valid fight. Everybody was like, oh no, Teo beat Loma. Now Haney beat Loma. Let's see Teofimo and Devin Haney. But Bill Haney didn't take that fight. So H Money, I want you two guys to come talk to your boy DJ and explain yourselves. Box fans, what's good? Man, not really you, H Money, but Bill's got some explaining to do because Bill told me that stuff from his own mouth. All right, guys, we 10 minutes over, so I got to get ready to get out of here. Box fans, I appreciate you. I appreciate you on that super chat, fella. He said, I agree, D. Because they need to clear up the WBC champ crowd. They do. That's the better fight, man. We should get that fight. Forget about the rematch. I think with AJ versus Fury, debacle Matchroom might be unwilling to collab with Top Rank in short. Nah, man, money. Let me tell you something, Joshua. That fight is too big. They're going to put those differences aside and make that happen. You know, money talks. The rest of that stuff goes and swims in the river. D. Bob Arum and Suleiman have Mr. Haney bent over. Yeah, raw with no Vaseline, bro. Yeah, no Vaseline. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here, man. We over an hour. We're gonna keep these things down to an hour. Back at 1:30. Y'all know we're back in the business. I'm going to work on that Teofimo video. It's coming to you guys soon. So, yep. There's the thumbnail, and I want Devin and Bill, see if I get them over here. Y'all heard the call out, right? Call the both of them out. Y'all come over here and talk to your boy DJ. You know, this video will be out today, man. I will have this video out for you guys today talking about this situation, which I just kind of shared a lot of it. You know, but I'll see you guys at 1:30, man. Y'all take it easy. Appreciate all of you guys. Box fans, Willie Williams, my brothers, appreciate you guys on the super chat. And y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.